Students, बात चल रही है कुछ लिंक लेयर एड्रेसेस की and the process of link layer addressing. मैंने आपको बताया था using an example, students, that link layer addresses, which are also called as physical addresses, the link addresses or MAC addresses, these addresses are assigned by each individual node. Students, the frames are encapsulated, and when the frames are encapsulated, in the process of encapsulation, we also insert data link header, and this header contains the link layer address of the source and the link layer address of the destination. Students, हम लोगों ने ये स्लाइड जो है उसको डिस्कस किया था, that you can see on this screen. और इस स्लाइड के अंदर हम लोगों ने ये स्टडी किया था कि किस तरह से हम लोग लिंक लेयर एड्रेसेस को असाइन करते हैं at every single node, and then how do we send them via different nodes and different networks through the different links onwards to our destination. Students, a few concepts before we conclude the discussion on this slide. First of all, students, the source, how do, if for example in this particular case Alice is the sending host or the source host, then how will Alice know what the IP address of the destination is? तो ये N8 जो कि Alice ने insert किया था, या फिर the Alice की data link layer ने insert किया था into the frame with the data. The data is the actual information that needs to be sent. And then we had the source IP address and the destination IP address. So how did Alice know what the destination IP address is? Students, we will discuss that in the course of computer networks. This is a layer 3 concept, but you will have a domain name server or a DNS concept, and we will go through it. Using DNS, Alice would know what is the destination host IP address, and that destination host IP address will be embedded in the packet, and that packet data or the header, when it gets transferred to the frame, that destination IP address will also come inside the frame. Students, a second question is, how will Alice know what the link layer address or the physical address of the next node is? So basically, L1 is the link layer address or the physical address of Alice itself. And then L2, how will Alice know what the physical address of this particular router or this particular interface of the router is? Students, we do this, we find out, Alice will find out on the data link layer the physical address of this particular interface of the router by using a process that we call as ARP, Address Resolution Protocol, and that's our next topic that we are going to be talking about in detail. Students, one more concept. As you can see, if you allow me to delete this, as you can see, the sending host or the source host has got one physical address or the link address. So this is the link address for Alice. Similarly, the destination host, Bob ko dekhiga, it also has just one link address or physical address. But students, in the case of the router, we have got a link address for every single interface. Students, in the case of router as a connecting device, याद रखिएगा कि जितने भी router के links होंगे, जितने भी routers के अंदर links होंगे using which that particular router is connected to the internet, the router will have that many link addresses. And IP addresses as well, by the way, but we are concerned with link addresses in our discussion. So, in this particular case, if your router has n interfaces, or interface की definition को याद रखिएगा, in the definition of an interface, that is the connection of that particular router with the internet, or the connection of that particular router using a link with the internet. So if a router has got n interfaces, then this router will have n number of link addresses or physical addresses. Students, these were a couple of concepts that I wanted to talk to you about before we finish our discussion of the link layer addressing.